All right, babes, I'm making breakfast tacos. What you're gonna need is some eggs. I like to put a little arugula in it for some veggies, onions, black beans, and then I have these Mission yellow corn tortillas. They're 25 calories a tortilla. Really like these. They get nice and crispy. They're perfect for this kind of recipe. Your favorite salsa. We went to one of my favorite Mexican restaurants yesterday, so I got my favorite salsa, but you can use whatever you want. And some cheese. You can use cojito cheese or cojita cheese. I think it's cojita cheese. But I'm just using feta cheese because that's what I have in my house, and it tastes kind of similar. So, yeah. Let's get. All right, babe, so here's the breakfast taco recipe. You're going to want to spray a little bit of olive oil into your pan. I used canned beans, as you saw, so I just rinsed and drained them. And then I'm adding in some beef seasoning and stirring that all up in my little skillet. If you're curious, I'm cooking on like medium low. Then I'm going to add some garlic salt in there and, of course, pepper. Oh, and I also add some smoked paprika to give a little bit of like a bacony taste. And then add yourself in a little bit of water. And I just put it on a back burner with the lid on and let it cook. After about 10 minutes, I added in some garlic. I'm lazy. I'm not about to chop garlic, girl, so there you go. And I know that the flame looks pretty high, but I really just have this on medium low. Our stove was just a little overzealous, if you will. Next, it's time to get our eggs ready. So I like to do scrambled eggs for this recipe. And I scrambled up 2 eggs. I put in garlic salt, black pepper, and some everything but the elote seasoning from Trader Joe's. And of course, a little bit of lactose-free milk for me. Oh, and garlic powder. Sorry, guys, forgot about that. But I'm just gonna add in, oh, and taco seasoning. Jeez Louise, girl, she forgot her seasonings. But add whatever you want in there. That's just what I add. Always add a little bit of milk. Do not use almond milk or oat milk unless you want your eggs to taste like almond or oat. If you're into that thing, that's your vibe, girl, but it's nasty to me. So use lactose-free milk or real milk. If you're lactose intolerant, I think your tummy will be okay with like a little sprinkling, I would hope. But if not, then just use a lactose-free milk. That is not a nut alternative or oat alternative. I haven't tried it with like hemp milk or anything, but girl was nasty with the oat. It was like oatmeal eggs. It just was disrespectful. Now you're gonna want to cook your eggs on low and just stir them around because you want some fluffy fluff scrambled eggs. And this in total took me about 8 minutes to get my eggs cooked. So if you think it's taking forever, it's because it's going to. It's way longer than it would normally take you to cook eggs. But I'm telling you, it's worth it. The eggs are so fluffy and delicious. It's just perfect for these tacos. Next, you're going to want to just grill up your little corn tortillas, super easy, and start adding in your fixins. I love adding in arugula, just take a little bit of vegetable in the morning if I'm going to eat this, because this is more of like a brunch type of meal. So I load it up with arugula, go straight in with your black beans. And then add in your eggs. And you're going to want to put those black beans to the side, because actually, if you're trying to make these for like a week's meal prep, you can just keep them to the side for our later on recipe that I would recommend making on like a Sunday morning after having a wild weekend. And you're just going to top with your salsa, and then we gotta make us a coffee. So today I'm making a horchata coffee. Now this is not seriously horchata, you know what I'm saying? Like you would have to cook the milk and everything, but girl, this tastes so good. I'm sorry, this is like, if you're lazy, this is how you hook your coffee up real quick and in a hurry, okay? So you're gonna mix your oat milk with some cinnamon and then make your hot coffee. And I'm telling you, It's going to be delicious. Okay, it tastes so good. It's not exactly horchata. It's kind of like a Starbucks horchata, you know, how they used to have that coffee. It's kind of like that, and it's so stinking good. I also add some sugar-free vanilla syrup to that just to sweeten it up a bit, but you don't have to. And here is your finished breakfast. It's so yummy and filling, and I just love that recipe. Next is my blueberry oatmeal, and it says hangover breakfast because I was hungover when I made this. So we're starting off with some Pedialyte because adulting, you know. If you're curious, that flavor was great. It's strawberry lemonade. So we're just going to be making our Pedialyte and dropping it in a bottle and then shaking it up because, you know, it's great. If you don't buy Pedialyte in the packets, I would definitely recommend it because you get a lot more servings out of it, and it's actually the same price or cheaper than the Pedialyte bottles. As for my 21 and up crowd, okay, that's just a tip for you, for my adults, not children. Okay, and then you're gonna get your Quaker's fruit and cream box. Girl, blueberry and cream is the heavy hitter. It is so good. If you sleep on any oatmeal, I'm telling you, do not sleep on the blueberries and cream. Girl, it's the hookup of the century. It is so delicious, like so delicious, so filling. It just everything you want after having a hangover. And if you didn't know, the line on the packaging is your milk measurement line. So I'm gonna grab some oat milk because oatmeal, you know what I'm saying, we like a real oatie in this household. And we're just gonna pour it in there, mix it on up. And then you stick it in the microwave like you would any other kind of oatmeal, because I mean, we all know how to make oatmeal, okay? So now that I have that, I felt like mine was a little bit too runny for my liking, and I just was like about it. So I added my own rolled oats. This is a super easy trick to do, and I add in a bit of heavy cream to make it super creamy. Because the milk is still super hot, those rolled oats cook pretty much instantly in there. And yeah, I just mix them in. I don't mind if they have a little bit of a rougher texture because I like the difference in texture, and the heavy cream makes it really creamy and like decadent. And then you add in your blueberries, and girl, it's like almost the texture of ice cream, low-key. It's just so delicious. And this is my hungover breakfast. It's quick and easy to make, doesn't take much effort, and tastes amazing, and will get you back on your feet so you can go out and have an amazing day. Now this is my favorite recipe of the video, hence why it's last. This is my chilaquiles recipe, and girl, it's, I mean, chef's kiss. A Sunday after a long weekend wilding out, this is the one you want to eat. I show you guys 2 eggs, but you really only need to make with 1 egg. I ended up only using 1 egg for my recipe because I made myself a lot of chips. If you don't know what chilaquiles is, it's basically just like chips cooked in salsa with added toppings. So I like to add those black beans that we used in the tacos, and then an egg, some feta cheese. Girl, like we like to hook this recipe up because it's delicious. So you're gonna take your corn tortillas that you used in the first recipe, because girl, yes, we are using things up, okay? Cut them up. I think I used like 5. I use a pizza cutter because it's super easy to cut it with those, and I cut them into 8 slices, I believe. But to be honest, I just made this past weekend for me and my boyfriend, and I did 4, and that was way easier. So just cut it like that into 4s and leave it. And then I'm putting this in the air fryer. You can also fry these in a skillet, but to be honest, I am so terrified of frying with just like oil, so I air fry instead. But totally up to you, whatever works for you, work it out. You're just going to want to make sure you foil line your air fryer first, because these chips can stick to the sides and it just makes it not fun to get off, and they're not going to get fully crispy. So you do want them to get crispy. So this is the easiest way that I've found to do it. And then you're going to spray them with a little bit of olive oil spray and some pink Himalayan salt. That's what I used. You can use regular salt, whatever you're in the mood for, but I liked the pink Himalayan salt. And then pop that in your air fryer and go on back about your business. So I'm gonna spray a little oil in the pan, girl, and we're about to cook our salsa. This is gonna be so good. I would recommend using your favorite salsa or a salsa with a lot of flavor. I use this one and it's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. It's like roasted tomatillos, I think, salsa, and it tastes so good. So that's one that I like to use. I would of course say making your own salsa would be the best choice, but hey, girl, we lazy and it's Sunday morning, so we doing what we gotta do. And you're gonna cook your egg in the background. You can see I'm basically just making like an over medium egg. You can cook the egg however you want. For me, over medium is my favorite. By over medium, I mean that the yolk is still a little bit runny in the middle, but also a little bit harder. And that's just how I like mine. I don't like a ton of egg yolk. And then I just put salt and pepper on my egg and cover it and let it cook while I cook up my salsa. Next, you're gonna add your chips in and just mix those bad boys in there. Get them really coated in the salsa because that's just what makes them so delicious. Like I'm telling you, this is not the most aesthetically pleasing recipe. It's not gonna look like a supermodel, okay? But it's going to taste boom fire, like so freaking good. You're welcome. You know, I'm hooking you guys up right now because it's gonna taste so good. Add in those black beans and let everything cook together and just marinate in that salsa for a minute and then plate it up. So I just lay it out on my plate, pop my little egg on top, you know, make it all cute or whatever. And then I used my vegan sour cream, and you know what, girl, she was stiff, okay? She's stiff, so I couldn't get a nice little dollop, but it's okay. It's okay. Don't judge. And I put my little feta cheese on top and some more hot sauce because I like it spicy. And then I had a glass of horchata with it. Not horchata, sorry, Jamaica with it. Yeah, I made Jamaica myself at home and it was so good. But y'all, that is the end of the video. Those are my top 3 breakfast recipes. I hope they help you guys out a ton. They are very easy on the calories. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.